So last week I did something I never thought I'd do. Played a solo game all by myself. It's called A Gentle Rain from Mondo games. I actually enjoyed the entire experience. It kind of took me by surprise. There's a lot packed into this small box. Let's talk about it. So I've got to start this review by saying I am not a solo gamer. A big reason why I love tabletop games and board games in general is because I've built so many great relationships through sitting around a game table and getting to know people. Whether it's a party game that lets you see somebody's personality in a group dynamic, or whether it's a strategy game where you see the way that a person thinks. I love tabletop and board games. I love this hobby. So solo gaming to me doesn't make a ton of sense, but A Gentle Rain came at a time when I needed something contemplative, something where I can be by myself for a minute. And that's exactly what happened last week. I sat down with this game that it honestly drew me in. The beauty of the artwork and this small little box with its little compartment for the tokens drew me in and made me curious as to what a solo experience would look like. And so the book starts off with take a deep breath and relax. It's a little trifold manual that's going to tell you all the information you need to know about this little game. It gives you some prompts in the beginning to turn on some soft music, to get comfortable, to put on some comfortable clothing. And that's exactly what I did as I sat down for my first experience with this game by myself. And so you are taking these tiles that have these indents in the corners, and you're going to fill a table or a space with these tiles. These are all water tiles that have 4 halves of these beautiful flowers on them. And as you begin to build out this board, you have to make decisions on where these flowers are going to connect. Will I connect the white flower or the pink flower right here to its other half? And so as you start to make these decisions, it starts to become this puzzle that gets harder and harder and gives you more options. Some of the tiles are going to puzzle you and make you feel a little conflicted because you're like, I wish I had set this one differently. But ultimately, you choose where these little tiles go, for better or for worse. As I place these tiles here, you can see a hole form in the water, and this is where the lily grows on the water surface. And so I can choose whether it's this black lily or it's this orange or blue, and I can choose to put one of these wooden tiles into that circular space. So as I put this black lily there, that's what grows in that space on the pond. And I continue to make decisions tile after tile, placing these out, for better or for worse. What I love about this game is that ultimately you're just trying to beat yourself. You're trying to do the best you can with what you're given and make decisions as you go along, placing these lilies and making the right choices. Ultimately, if you're able to place all of your 8 lilies out there, that is your base score of 8, and then you take how many tiles are left that you haven't placed. So 8 plus 4 tiles would be a total of 12, and that would be my score at the end of the game if that's what I was left with. This game is very, very good at calming and kind of presenting itself as a time of just peaceful reflection. A Gentle Rain came at a time where I needed to be by myself for a second, where I needed to quiet all the stuff around me and think. And I'm really glad that it came at that time, because I haven't given a lot of credence to solo games or solo modes of games. But A Gentle Rain has given me the space to say, you know what, this has its purpose. I know that I don't always need to be around people. There are times when I need to just be by myself for a minute and just listen to light, peaceful music. And A Gentle Rain allowed me that space to do that and still game and still enjoy this hobby, but in a different way. And that's why I'm so glad that this was my first solo game, true solo game experience. We've played this with cooperatively, both me and my wife, and also my wife, my son and his girlfriend, and we had a great experience. You just take turns over and over placing the tiles and being sure not to glare at the other person around the table as they place a tile where you didn't necessarily want it. This is a very cool game, and if this interests you at all, if you've ever wanted to jump into solo gaming, or if you are a solo gamer, I would say check it out. Mondo Games is the publisher, and A Gentle Rain is available on their website right now. So you can see in the show notes below where you can purchase this game, and I appreciate you taking time out of your day to spend time with this little game. Thanks for watching, and until next time, we'll see you at the table.